But then there's also citizens in the community that are going, why do we have spy cameras on us? Why are there spy cameras that are hidden and not really public to tell everybody about? And we're spending money on that. We don't spend money on body cameras, which are essential. Why don't we do that? I even proposed before. Take it out of our reserves and give him what he needs for body cameras.
We are not one of these counties that are defunding the police.
Putting a camera on somebody is not going to protect them.
Share of cutting over the years.
You haven't cut anything over the years.
No. Would you let me finish,
You
Commissioner?
haven't cut anything. Every year, man, every single year. The cut, he's adding millions of dollars. Millions and millions of dollars year after year. I'm asking, is there anything we could do to reduce the increase? The reason why I'm so passionate, and I haven't changed anything in 8 years, is that I said that I'm going to keep their taxes, the people's taxes low, that I'm going to look out for them, right? You know, everybody else, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy for the BOCC side to cut $3.4 million. So now I understand your point, Sheriff. You're saying you're going to have to cut deputies. I get it. But we also don't determine what you do with the money when you get it. And you know what? I'm looking out for the people out there, and I'll tell you that when you ask them, they want this budget cut. They want this. And that's the reason why all these commissioners voted for it. And if you ask the public right now, 80% would tell you to cut the budget. 80% of this population would tell you
You
to
think
cut
they
this
would
budget.
ask me to cut deputies?
What's going on, everybody? And today's video comes from Tom Lemons, and it's a recording from a county meeting in Hernando County, Florida. And this video features an unsung hero, County Commissioner Steve Champion of District 5. And what's different about this video is it's a public official doing the right thing, but it seems to be him against the world. Him against the sheriff, him against all the other county commissioners. But he's standing on his morals and his laurels. He promised to cut taxes, and cut taxes they did, but every single year the sheriff puts forth an even higher and higher budget. A budget that's been totally squandered, that have ultimately increased taxes that Mr. Champion has been working so hard to lower. It even gets to the point where the rest of the county commissioners just want to rubber stamp this sheriff's budget increase. And they and the sheriff even attack Mr. Champion verbally. And towards the end, Mr. Champion blows the whistle on something the citizens didn't even know about. With all these tax increases, they installed spy cameras throughout the city that none of the citizens had any idea about. But the last thing they wanted to get were body cameras. And according to the county chair, body cameras are just not useful. Shout out to Mr. Champion for doing the right thing for his county. And for Tom Lemons for getting this recording to the masses. Let's jump into the video.
The BOCC cut their portion. I see that looks like the clerk cut some, but I don't see anything from the sheriff's office. So there's like 0 cuts from the sheriff's office and a huge increase again. I mean, is there anything from the sheriffs that want to talk about? I mean, it's a huge increase year after year.
So we have done our share of cutting over the years.
You haven't cut anything over the years.
No.
You haven't cut anything,
Would you
dude.
let me finish,
You haven't cut
Commissioner?
anything. Every year, man, every single year.
Commissioner Champion, please
Madam
be
Chair,
respectful.
would you please?
be
I have the
respectful.
floor.
What are you going to do about it?
Commissioner Champion,
Listen,
please be
you know,
respectful.
I think it's really comical that the chairwoman is telling the county commissioner that he's the one that needs to be respectful. Commissioner Steve Champion has been exactly that, a champion of the people. He's consistently, over an 8-year period, cut taxes more and more. He's fought for the will of people. He's instituted law that's been detrimental to the well-being of the citizens and the society. He's spoke out against tyranny. And all he's asked for in return is just for once that the sheriff's department would decrease their spending in their budget, would decrease the citizens' taxes as they've promised. And not only have they limited spending or decreased spending, they've asked for more and more money every year. So finally, Steve Champion is calling them out for lying to the commission and to the citizens. And for doing that, it makes Steve Champion disrespectful.
Yeah, but he's not respectful.
You're allowing him to speak now. It's his turn to speak,
Go
not
ahead.
yours.
Go ahead.
If you look at the animal shelter as an example, that budget has gone through the roof, and you seem very proud that you've thrown a lot of money at the animal shelter, but yet you still want to cut the sheriff's office. Frankly, I think you need to reevaluate your stance, Mr. Champion.
Well, I disagree with you.
Okay.
So,
Well,
you know, and I look
you're
at-
welcome. We'll have to agree to disagree.
Okay, so you're done right now. Can I speak now?
Well, no, it's not your turn.
No, I'm the one that brought this up, and you brought him up here. So I can't address what he said.
Madam Chair, my light's
Okay.
on. Every candidate in recent history that has run for sheriff's office, be the sheriff, has run on the point that we have a major deficit in bodies on the street. And K9, major deficit. His job is to tell us what is needed to run that sheriff's office effectively.
Did you guys hear that? It's the sheriff's job to tell the county commissioners what he needs to be better at his job. This sheriff, since being in office, has done virtually nothing. In fact, under his watch, misdemeanor crimes have risen by 9%. He's continuously hiring more deputies, and more deputies are getting less work done. He's installed spy cameras and has hidden them throughout the town, something the citizens never knew about, because he's so bad at his job and doing actual policing that he wants to hide cameras and spy on citizens. I think maybe he should have applied for a sheriff's position in China, not here in the US. Furthermore, it's not the sheriff's job to say, this is what I want, this is what you'll give me. And the rest of the county commission just needs to fall at his feet, because effectively, besides Steve Champion, they're a bunch of scared bootlickers. It's the county commission's job to tell this sheriff what they expect from him, and he can either deliver on those expectations or he can find a job elsewhere. And that's really what Steve Champion's been trying to tell him. This sheriff can't follow through on anything that he's asked.
If the residents don't like it, cast your vote.
I'm not trying to say that law enforcement is not priority. We cut the millage by 0.25%. We asked all the departments to come in and cut some. When I look at the sheet, it has 0 cuts. That's what I asked. Everybody else, including $3.5 million on the BOC side, they cut. That's what I'm asking, right? So, and it's a large number of an increase. So when you guys say, who are we to cut? He's adding millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars year after year. I'm asking, is there anything we could do to reduce the increase? And if we like it so much, let's put him on an MSTU. Let's do the MSTU and put the sheriff on MSTU next year, and he can have his own taxing line, and we can prove every single thing he wants. Will you guys vote for that? You don't have to answer that now.
I absolutely love what Steve Champion just did. He said if the sheriff wants all this money, well, let's put him on the MSTU. In fact, you other commissioners can vote on that right now, and then he can get all the money that he wants. But neither the sheriff nor the other county commissioners ever want this going to an MSTU. An MSTU allows the citizens much greater oversight into the decisions that are being made. For example, if a budget increase for the sheriff's department goes to the MSTU, then the county commissioners board can't just rubber stamp it and send the budget increase through. The citizens get to look over everything that's being proposed, and they get to nix any budget increases or requests that the sheriffs might have. Now, Steve knows that the county will never vote for this, because what the county commissioners want besides Steve Champion is totally different than what the citizens want, the citizens that they serve. The citizens want this sheriff gone, and the citizens want his budget cut. The sheriff and the county commissioners don't share that sentiment. So this commission, besides from Steve Champion, are going to do anything they can to keep this away from the will of the people. Especially now that Mr. Champion is about to drop a bomb that spy cameras have been spying on them without their knowledge.
But then there's also citizens in the community that are going, why do we have spy cameras on us? Why are there spy cameras that are hidden and not really public to tell everybody about? And we're spending money on that. We don't spend money on body cameras, which are essential. Why don't we do that? I even proposed before. Take it out of our reserves and give him what he needs for body cameras.
We are not one of these counties that are defunding the police.
Putting a camera on somebody is not going to protect them.
All Steve Champion does is suggest that their sheriff's department utilize body cameras. That's not an odd request. In fact, statistics show that over 75% of police departments within the United States currently use body cameras. I think it's telling that the other commissioner thinks that using body cameras will defund the police. And to me, that must mean if there were body cameras, they would show these deputies doing some pretty terrible things, which would make the citizens want to defund their police department. And the county commissioner chair says that body cameras don't protect anybody. I think what she meant to say was the body cameras will protect the citizens, but it won't necessarily protect the cops that get caught breaking the law on their own cameras.
So I disagree with a lot of that.
I just want to say that the reason why I'm so passionate, and I haven't changed anything in 8 years, is that I said that I'm going to keep their taxes, the people's taxes low, that I'm going to look out for them, right? You know, everybody else, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy for the BOCC side to cut $3.4 million. So now I understand your point, Sheriff. You're saying you're going to have to cut deputies. I get it. But we also don't determine what you do with the money when you get it. And you know what? I'm looking out for the people out there, and I'll tell you that when you ask them, they want this budget cut. They want this, and that's the reason why all these commissioners voted for it. And if you ask the public right now, 80% would tell you to cut the budget. 80% of this population would tell you
You
to
think
cut
they
this
would
budget.
ask me to cut deputies?
No, they wouldn't tell you. They're telling us.
Okay.
It's not your job to do that. It's our job to manage the money.
Put your personal feelings aside, sit down with the sheriff, and if you would have sat down with
Who
the
says I
sheriff.
have personal feelings? Why do you keep going there?
Yeah.
I have personal feelings about taxes. That's what I have personal feelings about, period.
And he started speaking, you started yelling at him.
No, he
You know,
attacked me, but that's okay. That's
But,
all right.
you know,
Yeah.
that's all. I don't think any
I'm
of us.
over with it.
Well, I'm not, and I'm speaking, sir.
Yeah, but you're attacking
Okay,
me, dude. You want to attack
Commissioner-
me, then we can go there.
Commissioner
But you
Champion.
are. You're trying to single me out.
Commissioner Champion.
I can single you out for things if you want.
Commissioner Champion.
Put your light on, sir. You can single me out all you want.
But you can count on it.
Welcome it.
Commissioner Champion, that's
Welcome it.
enough, please.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. You have a personal issue with the sheriff. That's apparent.
I have a problem with the budget.
Okay.
That's what I have a problem with.
Okay.
Taxes, that's what I have a problem with. Period.
Okay.
I've said that several times.
Right, but you have no problem dumping money in the animal services.
There's cuts for animal on here. I didn't say anything about that.
But it just so happens you like the person that runs that.
I like a lot of the people that run everything in our
Right.
county. Don't you?
I do.
So
I
there
think
you
we
go.
have some
We're good.
fantastic.
We got great employees. All these people out here do a great job.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've ran for office, and I know how crazy and corrupt the political machine can be. And these other county commissioners, even if they hate each other, can agree on one thing. They hate Steve Champion more, and they're going to do anything they can to unseat him. Because as long as he's holding that public office, he's going to demand transparency. He's going to demand that the police have a lesser access to a budget. And he's going to make sure and do his very best that the entire world sees what's going on in Hernando County, Florida. Government oversight normally isn't a good thing, but in Steve's case, it's a great thing, because he's going to go down swinging. And he's going to go down swinging for you, the people. The channel link for Tom Lemons and the original video will be in the description of this video. Make sure you go show Tom some love and tell him Accountability for All sent you. And stay tuned for more updates. Remember, there's 5 components to the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. And one of those is the ability for you to petition the government for a redress of your grievances. Now, the citizens of Hernando County have been doing just that. They've been petitioning the government for a redress of their grievances. And Steve Champion, County Commissioner, has heard those cries and is fighting valiantly for them. But what do you think about that dirty sheriff and the rest of the county commissioners that would rather steal money from their citizens, spy on them, and do everything they can to resist police accountability? And that's the reason I stopped you today.